what is your, and I mean this sincerely, what is your perspective and take on this whole, embracing of Israel by the Christian Dominionists, even though there is such a Zionist, anti-Semitic, sentiment that runs through the churches, but they're all, embracing of Israel.
It's just blah, blah nonsense. It's another moneymaker for that big, 5x5. His name is Hagee.
Oh, I know, Hagee.
When we were standing out there picketing at that church in San Antonio, it was 5x5. He sent his hinge hoods out there to try to run us off, but we didn't run off. But anyway, they tried.
So many American people honestly do not understand the dynamics of the politics of Israel and the United States. But, most people don't. Most people don't vote.
They've been Big Brother. They've been bolstering them up all these years. But now the beast is in the White House, and things are changing, and they've got to change, and they're going to dance. Bibi and the beast are going to dance. You know Bibi? That's Netanyahu. Bibi, they call him, or Bibi.
Bibi Netanyahu.
Yes.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is that really, honestly, most people do not pay attention to politics. Really, most people do not. We have, it's a pretty pathetic turnout in the United States when we have, we celebrate the fact that 34% of the registered voters actually, and that's pathetic. And then we have all these people out there now on the streets in this new Tea Party movement that are, well, we want this, we want that, we want this. But the thing is that most of those people probably didn't even really pay that much attention until things kind of hit the fan. And the hitting the fan is, and I'm going to step right out here and say, because it needs to be said, is that there's a lot of racism. There's the Christian identity movement, and they're in bed with, and embraced by the Christian Dominionist movement, and on and on.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that what most people in this country do not understand is the relationship between the U.S. and Israel, and most people look at it as a historical, we're just friends with them, so we need to protect them. And they don't understand that the Christian Dominionist movement is all about expansion into Palestine and Gaza because of this wrapping up of all the Jews in the world and sending them to Israel. And then, they don't know the story where there will be 1,000 saved from the 12 tribes, and that would be 12,000 Jews. People don't understand what the underlying motive is here
for each tribe. 12,000 for each tribe. 144,000.
Well, actually, that's one of the questions
Palin coming forward and having an opinion about Israel is just absurd.
Well, this is one of the things
short.
in line with
here's the short of this, guys.
Okay.
Get this real quick wrapped up. Those Jews broke the covenant with God. They walk after the ways of their fathers. They've broken the covenant with God. He has purposed one final indignation upon Israel, and it's going to be when the nations, you look at Zechariah 14, the first couple of verses, it's a quick, and it's all throughout the prophets. The nations, Joel 2 gives you some of the horrible graphics of it. And Christ said it's going to be the worst affliction ever seen in this earth from the beginning of the creation to that day or after, which means it's going to make the Holocaust and the Babylonian captivity, the Assyrian juggernaut, and Titus the Great taken down Jerusalem in 70 AD. It's going to make all that look like a pinky out tea party. But after that, and in that horrible affliction, that's when he's going to pour out a spirit of grace and supplications. And they are going to look upon him whom they pierced. That's Christ. And they're going to mourn for him like one mourns for his only child. And those people are going to be some people that you want to know and you'll want to help. Any servant of God is going to love those people, and those people are going to love the servants of God. Because in that hour, the people that are the Christians, I'm talking about that follow the teachings of Christ, they're going to see eye to eye with those Jews. That's what the language of the prophets, they're going to see eye to eye. It's going to be an amazing thing. Isaiah says it's going to be so abrupt. Isaiah 66, he says it's going to be what? A nation born in a day? Those little souls who have been taken, scattered throughout this earth behind that awful affliction, when the beast brings the nations to march. He said, I will bring the nations to march upon Jerusalem, and that city will be taken, and their houses rifled, and their women ravished. And half are going to go into the captivity. And anyway, past that, that's where you've got that space of silence for 30 minutes in Revelation at the beginning of that chapter, where you've got that chapter 9 of Ezekiel that answers to that, where the man with the inkhorn that I spoke of a minute ago, those slaughter weapons, he's going to turn in on this earth, and it's going to be awful, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to get this sucker wrapped up. And then the beast and the false prophet are going to hell alive. And Satan is going into the pit for 1,000 years. And that pretty much sums up the big portion of these coming events shortly. But this whole Canada, you've got to read Revelation 18. I'm just saying, you've got to read Revelation 18.